When Jonas first of all, let me say I got 2.5 minutes, otherwise Randy's got secret zappers hidden somewhere. He told me so. So I'll try and be quick. When Jonas first asked me to talk about stewardship, I got all excited. It's like, I can tell you about the 65 seniors who live below the poverty line that get food supplements because of what you'll do. Or the 60 boys at Selma Street that are part of Boy Scouts because of what you do and what you give. But then I thought, what does Nativity mean to me? Why do I support Nativity? I grew up in the church. My granny went to church every Sunday. She was like the pillar of faith. Her and her old ladies would take their cleaning supplies to polish the wood every week. So I grew up with that deep faith, and then something happened that I won't go into, and I turned away from God. I turned away from the church. Joined the military, didn't have time for church, didn't have time for God. New Year's Day 2009, I was sitting in a Chinese restaurant in Enterprise, and my now ex-partner looked at me and said, "I'm leaving you." After 12.5 years, moving to Alabama, living in our dream home in Headland, if you can have a dream home in Headland. My life was falling apart. I didn't know where I was going to live. The house was in his name, so I was facing being homeless for the second time in my life. I was on a deep, dark spiral going down. And so I said to myself that very first week, I am going to church. And I walked through those doors right back there for the first time in January 2009. And the liturgy just came back to me, that feeling of being at home, that feeling, that I had grown up with my grandmother and my mother, knowing the prayers, knowing that I was at home. This congregation here wrapped me in their arms and loved on me and gave me time and space to heal. And that is why I give back to Nativity. Some years I'm able to give more money, that treasure part, sometimes less. Sometimes I'm able to give more time and talent than others, but I always try to give back. Because I always go back to where would I be right now if the people before us had not made their pledges, so that the vestry could not make a budget, so they could not pay the electric bill. What would have happened on that Sunday in January 2009 if I had shown up here and those doors were locked? Because I do not know where I'd be. And that is why I encourage you to give whatever you can, whether it's talent, time, or treasure, because this church, this God, our faith, this community saved me. And I dread to think if something happens and we cannot continue on, what will happen to that next person that needs saving? Thank you.